Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Toledo Bend Lake. It's on the border between Texas and Louisiana. Ben Milliken, a popular YouTuber, just won the Bassmaster Open last week in the middle of April by over 10 pounds above second place with a total of over 77 pounds for 3 days. That's the third largest bag in Bassmaster Open history. He did it all offshore. He had some shallow offshore spots, some deep offshore spots. We found his deep offshore spot, and we're going to be discussing it and how he was fishing it in today's video. Alright, for Ben's offshore shallow bite, he was mainly targeting stuff like this. This is a long tapering point all the way out into the middle of a cove that stays about 5 to 10 feet deep. Now he's on top of these looking for pre-spawn and post-spawn bass, and mainly targeting fish that are feeding on big gizzard shad. So he's looking for the gizzard shad up on top of here, and these fish are generally pinned down to the bottom that he's seeing, and they're not very easy to see. And let me pull this up for you, his live scope right here. These are the fish that he's looking for, and this is a little bit deeper right here where his image is, but this is what he's seeing. This is a fish, this is a fish, there's another one, there's another one. Now those, a lot of people are going to scan right over that and they're going to say that's a rock, that's whatever it might be on the bottom, right? But these are fish relating tightly to the bottom, and he's picking them out, locating them, and throwing big baits or a Carolina rig down to them, and getting them to hook up. So it's being very deliberate on using your live sonar and being able to differentiate what's what is not only what is a stump versus a fish, but what type of fish that is, and being able to fish them and figure out that those are very big largemouth bass. For Ben's deep offshore stuff, this is what he was targeting right here. This is a spot that he found a big school of tournament winning size fish. And what we have here is the main river channel coming. There's a bend in the main river channel, and this is just a giant ledge here, right? So as this ledge goes to bend, it's just right here. We got two things working for us here. We've got something different on the ledge, right? It's not a solid ledge. It dips and deepens up a little bit right there. So we have a change in direction of the ledge. And we've also got an old roadbed going right down the center of it. So what Ben's doing is he's graphing areas like this, probably graphing the whole ledge, but focusing on these small little things that set these spots apart for these fish to gather, both pre and post spawn. See, we've got water shallowing up here to the left, up to the bank, so they're going to be up here for spawn, follow this out, and just sit on this ledge pre and post spawn to feed. So what Ben did was find a giant school of fish right here on this roadbed in this little change in direction of the ledge, and this is where he caught a ton in practice of just big fish, throwing deep diving crankbaits, hair jigs, Carolina rigs, and this was his backup plan. He ended up using it, but his backup plan behind throwing those big glide baits up shallow. This is footage of Ben's deep offshore spot. First off, he's throwing a crankbait. He's throwing a deep diving crankbait, and he's just catching keeper, cast after cast. And that's what it's like when you get on one of these offshore feeding schools of fish. Alright, so what he's doing is he's changing up his baits, trying to catch something a little bit bigger, find the size in the school if there is any. So he picks up a white hair jig and throws it out there, and this is what he catches. And you'll see him, he's keeping it low. There's a boat coming by, he's trying to hide it from passing traffic, but that's what he does. He throws his hair jig out there, he starts stopping it as he reels it in and triggers a big bite, and then you'll hear him say, "We're out of here." That's all we need to see.
Giant one. Total f***ing giant. Time to leave, coleslaw. There's about 40 of these down there. Get this one in quick. Freaking trash bag mouse. Those spawners, dude, keep them fucking coming out here, is what I'm saying. Keep them coming out here. Big.
So I'm going to show you the spot that he was fishing, his deep offshore spot specifically that I found. And a couple things I want to say before I do that. The first thing I want to say is it's not about the spot, because these fish are not going to be there. They're not going to be there a week from now. They're not going to be there 2 weeks from now. I'm trying to show you these spots so you know what these high-level anglers are looking for in spots, why they're looking for these certain types of spots certain times a year. That way you can start finding your own spots that are just like this, or just know where to look to find active fish in this in whatever time of year it is. Second thing is, I'm not trying to send all 550 subscribers to this one spot. Side note, 98% of you aren't subscribed. I'm talking to you specifically right there. If you just click that red button, my numbers skyrocket. That's a conversation for another time. So I'm going to show you this spot. Then I'm going to show you how easy it is to find a spot that's just like it. These spots, you can replicate these types of spots all over these lakes, and I'll show you how quickly that can be done. So here we go. We're going to North Housen Bay, scrolling in here. This is right where Ben was catching those offshore fish with a crankbait, hair jig, Carolina rig, and it's right here. We already talked about it. You got the ledge of the main river channel. You got the different part, that little dip in the ledge, and a roadbed going right through it, just as a bonus, right? Leading up to the shallows, post-spawn bass are going to stack up here anywhere on this ledge, but most likely spot to narrow your search is right here. So let's see how easy this is. I'm going to zoom out. We'll go up the lake. I've got main river channel coming all the way down here. So we want to find a spot like this on the main river channel. Let's zoom in, and it's already there. We've got a bend in the main river channel. We've got a ledge with a dip in it, a couple dips in it, coming up here to 9 feet, coming up here to 12 feet, coming up here to mid-20s. And so you've got a wide range of spots that are just like what he fished. They're going to catch all that current from the dam that's generating, and the fish could be just as easily stacked up here as they could down where he caught them. So being able to use your sonar charts, pre-planning before you go out on the water, find all these spots you want to check out, and you can just narrow it down. You can graph just this little part of the ledge, run to the next one, run to the next one, and bam, you've checked the hot spots very quickly, eliminated a lot of water that you don't need to waste time idling over. And that's what Ben did, and that's partly why he was so successful in this tournament. If you're still watching the video, I definitely appreciate it. Thanks for staying in this long. I hope you learned something. I hope I showed you something useful that you can use to locate an effective loaded spot next time you go out on the water. I say it every video, I'm just trying to show you, give you a real picture of what people are using to be successful in these on normal day of fishing all the way through tournament fishing. The types of spots, the types of contour lines people are searching for, and why they're searching for them at that time of year. So I'm trying to help you be more successful. These are not easy to find. These take me a long time to locate these spots, put these videos together. I really enjoy doing it, but subscribe and like these videos helps exponentially. So I'd really appreciate it. Take care. I'll see you at the next spot.
So goodbye for us. You have to say it, baby. And us in Texas, you wanna try, baby. I know you can.